When I was first getting started working with papers and color and trying to figure out how to do backgrounds, I came across two books by a woman named Maxine Masterfield. One's called In Harmony with Nature, and the other one's called Painting the Spirit of Nature. And she has just some wonderful techniques, one of which I'm going to demonstrate very quickly for you right now. And all you need is some watercolor and a brush, lots of water, and a roll of saran wrap. And I call this the Masterfield Technique because I learned it from her books. So the first thing you want to do is wet your paper very generously. I'm using Arch watercolor paper here. If you use other papers, they may buckle a bit, but most papers will dry out flat. And I am going to put a lot of color on here. Really get it juicy and very wet. And the idea is to use colors that work well together and that speak to you and to the piece that you might do on them. Now you can see it's starting to mix together there a little bit and form other colors and pools of colors, trails of colors. Some of it's heading for the edge, and I can tilt the paper a little if I want and bring it back on. I'm just looking for some other blue here. That one's a little gray, just for some contrast. And oh, there's a nice one there. So once you've got lots of paint on there and you really have it moving on the paper, you're almost finished. And what I'm going to do is just give that little tilt and really get things to move. And then I'm going to take a piece or two of saran wrap and I am going to lay them on top of the wet paint. Now this is something that of course you'll have to do a day or two before you need it. If you're in a really wet climate or a moist climate, it will take longer. And you can see right away how all these wonderful crystal forms and wavelets and pools of color are. And I really like what's happened there. But if I didn't, what I could do is I could pull it up and I could lay it down again, and I can even sort of massage more crystals and wavelets into it. And so like I said, that will stay there overnight or maybe 2 days, and then the saran wrap peels off, and what will be revealed will be something very much like this, which is this wonderful piece that's all done with blues, and you can see all the crystals, and those are permanent and they're going to stay there when you're working on them. It makes just a wonderful surface for tangling and for a journal. You can do it on lighter papers and collage them on. Just so many things you can do.